So without further ado, let us say hello to Todd Duffee.
We going?
Yes. Hello, Todd. How are
What's up,
you?
Aaron? How you doing, bud?
Long time no
I'm
speak.
good. Yeah.
Long time no see.
I feel like I see you a lot on my Instagram.
Yeah, I guess. And I see you, but
Yeah.
by the way, if anyone's wondering the answer to the trivia question in 2023, who's the last person on the planet who doesn't have Zoom? The answer is...
No, I actually have Zoom. I just took it off my phone because my phone was full situation. Too many photos, too many videos of myself or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you look great. I can understand why. I like the hair. The hair's longer than usual. You look fantastic.
Yeah, it's a COVID result.
Still haven't cut it?
Save a lot of money when you're not shaving your hair. No, I cut it every now and then. Like I trim it, but no, I haven't cut it for real.
Okay. Well, let's not beat around the bush. You've got some news to announce. Todd Duffee is coming back. What do we got?
I will be fighting for KSW here shortly.
That's breaking news.
What a great announcement!
That is breaking news. I love the oomph. I love the excitement. Not only are you fighting for let me take it from here, Todd. Not only are you fighting for KSW, you're going straight to the top. You're fighting for the heavyweight championship against the blazing hot, the #1 British heavyweight in the world, one of the best heavyweights on the planet, Phil DeFries, who you have history with, who you beat several years ago. He's the champ. You're challenging him in the Czech Republic on February 25th for the heavyweight title. Phil DeFries, Todd Duffee 2, your debut, first fight in 4 years against the champ who's on some crazy winning streak. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate. Who else are you going to call besides an American to come save the heavyweight division for KSW?
Wow. You feel like you're saving the division? He's on a roll as of late.
Yeah, very boring, methodical, slow-paced, dominant role at Creed.
Wow. Have you been watching him?
Yeah, I have recently, definitely. Okay. He's definitely made some improvements.
For those that don't know, you beat him back in December of 2012, so you have a history. The guy you see now on this winning streak, does he resemble that guy that you beat back, I believe it was UFC 155, so a lifetime ago? Do you see any resemblance?
No, he's very much similar. He's got the same style. He's a little less anxious, so to speak. He touts his new dealing with anxiety as his big performance booster, let's say.
Okay, you're not buying it?
I just know how he's a former drug counselor dealing with anxiety. I know how he's doing it, so this doesn't make sense to me. We get paid to have anxiety. Face your fears with me, Phil.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
If you're not anxious about getting punched in the face for a living, I think you gotta maybe reassess your mind.
Why haven't you fought in 4 years?
Health and then contract stuff. I came out of the last fight. I already needed knee surgery going in. I had a bad knee surgery. Was kind of forced into a fight. I got nerve damage in the fight, the surgery. Got that fixed. I've been healthy for the last 2.5 years, just dealing with contract stuff, to be honest with you. I was in a down place. I don't know, this was about 1.5 years ago. Kane had just got arrested. I just lost my #1 MMA training partner. I see all these guys making, bukus of money, boxing and doing these kind of things. I just picked up a new full-time job. So my training schedule, I wasn't really going to be with a team. So it's a little easier to box than it is to train MMA, obviously, right? It's a little more singular of a sport.
Right.
And so then I asked out of my UFC contract to go pursue other endeavors. And it's just contract stuff, man. Working out with these promoters is not an easy task.
Did the UFC say yes when you asked right away, or was that a struggle?
It was not a struggle, no.
Okay, that's good.
They I wanted to come back and fight in the UFC just to kind of erase the last fight. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I definitely don't want to. You don't want to end your UFC career on a foul. That's not enjoyable.
Sure.
Nobody likes that. But they were unhappy with me in general. I think the injury. I fell through their cage a year prior to that fight and blew out my knee, and then kind of got pushed back into a fight way too soon because the surgery didn't go well. So there was there was some bitterness and things like that that are kind of unnecessary looking back. Like I was just in a dark place. Like I don't really hold any bitterness now. I think it's a great promotion. I wish I would have went out and had another fight or two for them and finished out my contract. But I think I was just in a really dark place, to be honest with you. Like there's just no way around it. I was. Losing Kane as a training partner really factored into the decision too.
How did you get out of the dark place?
Life. You just make good decision after good decision. It's not I just think the way I was framing things up in my head and how I felt, it was like I needed a new leaf to turn over. I needed something new. And I think just that alone kind of like reframed my mindset.
Okay. And the job that you got, what is it?
It was a corporate job.
Wow.
They did layoffs. Yeah, they laid everybody off on December 30th, which couldn't have worked out better. I was training like from 6 to 8 a.m. And then I would like stay at the gym and like stay on my computer and work using their Wi-Fi. Then I would have to go drive doing stops. I was like an account advisor. So it was a really tough job on your body. Like I'd come in and see my coach every day at 6 o'clock after being in the car for 4 hours.
Oh, man.
It was a blessing in disguise, honestly. I'm actually like relieved.
So
it worked out great.
So now no more job. Now it's just fighting.
Yeah, fighting.
And so what kind of job was it?
I'd rather just leave that there.
Okay. I just corporate Todd. Like, are you showing up in a suit and everything? I love it.
No, it shouldn't have been a corporate job, but it became that.
Got
it was just the direction the company was moving in.
Okay. And where's home now for you?
I'm living in San Jose.
Okay.
AKA.
So are you training at AKA?
Yeah.
Who's kind of running the show there? Because I see Javier, he's all over the world. I know Bob's not there anymore.
Hob's still there. Ron Kessler's like the main figure. Ron's been fighting and being involved in AK for the last almost 20 years now. It seems like at least last 15. He's a great leader. He's a great coach.
Okay.
And he's a part of that new generation of coaches that actually fought. And they didn't just fight in one singular sport. They fought in MMA.
Yeah.
So he has a vast knowledge. He has a vast wealth of experience. And he really truly understands the game. So he's a great asset to AK.
Any sign of DC at the gym?
I think he might pop his head in there every now and then. I'm not, he's got a lot of pictures on the wall.
to remind everyone of the good old days. Speaking of which, I don't know if you ever saw this clip, but there was a period at the beginning of the pandemic, like the first few months, where the UFC was the only game in town. I was doing a show with DC for ESPN called DC and Helwani. And every week, I kid you not, you must have heard about this, right? Every week.
I heard about it, yeah.
On the Wikipedia page, it would say Todd Duffee versus John Vellante. Every week, it would pop up on the card. And then one week, I'm running through the card at the end of the show. I'm like, this fight is happening, this fight. And I said Todd Duffee versus John Vellante, and I got tricked, whatever. And he started laughing. And then I was wondering, like, who's doing this? And I always wondered if it got to you that people kept putting your name and John Vellante's on the card. Did you know about this?
No, I think the fight should happen. I learned about it like later on. I think after you guys kind of one of my friends sent me a clip, and then I saw some other clip, it was kind of a reference for a while for you guys. It looked like.
Yeah, who did that? Was that you?
No, the fight should have happened for sure. I think John would have liked it too. It was an exciting fight.
Yeah, that would be great. Did they try to get you to come back?
No, I had a surgery, and then about 10 months in, there was pressure to fight 10 months after a reconstruction, which doesn't make sense at all. Right. I don't know anybody that's fighting 10 months after reconstruction, and I'd already just done that. I think they would have been happy if I came back. There wasn't that. It was just I wasn't ready at the time that we had that discussion.
Okay. And I had seen recently as well, there was some talk of maybe you going BKFC route. What happened there?
I wish I knew what happened there. They went out and announced that I had signed with them and everything. And, I didn't have a contract with them. So we had some discussions. I'd accepted some fights with them over time, but nothing ever came to fruition. I think they're moving very fast, and they have a small unit of guys working for them. So, I don't really want to speak negatively on it. All I can say is that I did not. They went out and announced that I was fighting for them December 3rd. I got excited. I was like, "Oh, okay, great! I have a fight finally." I had actually lined up another fight for December 15th that was MMA, but this was going to be a bigger fight. So I was like, all right. And then that promoter got really upset thinking I was playing them, which wasn't the case. Like, so, you know, I didn't get it. I eventually got a contract from them about 2 weeks after they made that announcement. I called the opponent to see if it was a real contract. That opponent said he had no idea, wasn't going to make that weight. I couldn't get them on the phone, and it just never came to fruition.
Wow.
It was a very odd experience.
Who was the opponent?
The opponent was Greg Hardy.
Oh, wow.
Greg was down to fight. Yeah, Greg was down to fight me. He was excited. He's like, yeah, but I'm not fighting you December 3rd. I'm not making 265. I was like, so this contract's fake? He's like, yeah, that contract's not real.
Wow.
It's not. There's nothing behind it. I talked to Dave maybe a month ago, and he offered Rothwell, which I accepted, but again, it just never came to fruition. I don't know. I can't speak on. I think that again, they're doing 3 shows a month practically, and I think they have a small group of guys that are working on that. So I can't really speak to it.
Did you ever ask him like, "Hey, why did you announce that I was coming when I didn't have a signed contract?"
You know, everybody seems like a reasonable question.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, all right. Do you feel like you're in a better spot now? Do you like the like? Do you like?
I feel like I'm in a great spot. Like, yeah, I definitely like MMA more. I think it's more exciting. I was more excited about the names. Like Rothwell and Hardy would be great fights.
Right.
Be great fights to bring to the fans. They're fights I won. I'm not here to deny that. I couldn't get a contract to sign.
Okay.
So yeah, it just kind of is what it is, dude. It's very frustrating to say the least.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't necessarily realize, and they think that fighters have a little more control than they do. But as much as it's just not. It wasn't the case.
Well,
there was just a lack of communications about how I would put it.
American fans may not know this. I mean, we do our part. We try to, but the KSW production, like the show that they put on, is second to none.
Beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Right? I mean, like this is a world-class, like A+ promotion. And so I like the idea.
I mean, they're selling out 50,000 arenas.
Yeah.
They have 50,000 people in some of these arenas. So it's exciting. Bill's a tough opponent. You know, he's top 25 in the world right now. He's built himself back up. He seems a lot happier in the cage. So it's for me, it's an exciting match, dude. Like what I'm more excited about is like this guy in front of me is like, he's a very good test. And I mean, I didn't know it at the time, but I'm excited about getting that belt too, to be honest. I think that'll be a very exciting thing to have. And I've always kind of had an odd target on my back, but now there's a reason to have a target on my back, I guess, once I get that belt. So that'll feel a little better too, I'm sure.
He has looked good. He's won 10 in a row, like I said. And in fact, he sent us a little video message from him to you. I wanted to play it real quick and just get your response. How do you feel about that?
Just as in is it playing?
Well, no, it's about to play. Here it is.
Hey, Todd. Good to see you finally got around to signing that contract. Took you a little while there, but the fight's on now. Just so you know, the guy you beat in 2012, he was in there to get beat. He had his issues with his head and he was a weak guy. Now you're going to be fighting me at the strongest I've ever been. I've got the best team around us. I'm motivated and I'm coming to get you, mate. Classic Rocky 3 situation we got going on then. So I'll see you on the day, the 25th, and let's get it done.
Oh, baby. A little interesting nugget there. He says it took you a while to sign the contract. Is that true?
No, I actually called him. I impressed him. He didn't want the fight. He was focused on the money fight. I got mad simply because I wasn't really serious about it.
Oh.
I was just kind of playing around and just like playing around online. And he was despondent about it. He didn't want the fight. He was focused on the money fight, and I couldn't. And immediately I just saw a chink. I was like, oh, wow, I'm giving you this opportunity. You want to give you the opportunity to get a loss back, and you're focused on the money fight. Help me understand, Phil. So that's when I kind of got hard up for it. I was like, oh, I want this fight for sure now. Before it was just like kind of friendly banter. I mean, I'm glad he's got his shit together. I'm excited. It's going to be a tougher fight. I expected a tough fight back then, to be honest. It was clear he kind of, I remember how the fight felt. Anxiety would be a good word for it.
You could sense that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he was pressing. I remember like he's putting me on the cage, and I'm like, "There's no way this guy's gonna last. Like, it's just not. This is not an attainable pace. And if it is, like, I'm fine because I'm holding 80%. So I felt like, all right, we're good. And then it looked like he felt and looked like there was a gas moment for him. I mean, he's talked about it. Like there's no secrets there. That's fighting though. That's like you have to work through that. That's a big part of fighting. Sounds like he's got himself together. It's gonna be a war. I fully expect it's a 5-round fight. I have to travel overseas. That's not easily done. It's an exciting fight. I don't know what to tell you. Like I think matchup wise, we match up very well. We both press the pace. We both like to make things move. He has a particular style. I have a particular style. We're both pretty violent though, so it should work out for a very exciting fight for the fans.
First ever show for KSW in the Czech Republic, so that is exciting for them. They're expecting a big crowd. Are you still doing acting, auditions, things like that?
Yeah, I've been doing some auditions lately. I think you probably I did one last week. I think it's maybe why you got mentioned that.
How would I know?
It's not like a major. It's not. Yeah.
How would I know what your audition schedule is? I'm just I keep up with you, Todd. You may not keep up with me or care, but I keep tabs.
What is this oversensitive? I got a question for you, Errol. Why did I get brought up in your? I got a question for you. I got a question. I got to ask.
Please.
This is what I wanted to talk to you about before the interview because I was kind of concerned.
Yeah.
Why did my name get brought up in your Brendan Schaub beef? I don't even know the beef, and that's none of my business. I'm not trying to bring that up. But somebody sent me a clip. Yeah, and my name got brought up through you. So I'm wondering,
is that true? I don't think that's true. You heard the clip?
Oh yeah. I'm just curious. So it may have been I could have been an afterthought. It was like a very random throw out of my name. I just thought well, what's going on with Ariel?
First of all, I've always loved you. I feel like we have a kinship. I don't remember. I'm not playing dumb here. Guys, do you remember me mentioning Todd Duffee when I was talking about Brendan Schaub? Maybe New York Rick remembers. Do you remember it? I'm not even playing dumb. I have no recollection.
No,
what did I say? Do you remember?
You just dropped my name in the middle of one of the things. I don't know. I honestly don't know. One of my friends sent it to me. They're like, "Yo, why are you involved in this?" I was like, "I have no idea."
I mean, what a 10-7 it was, though. I mean, it was a real one-sided affair. Would you not agree, or?
I have no ideas of the details. What were you guys even upset at each other about?
Lies. Sometimes people lie and you have to hit them with the truth. I have to defend myself, Todd. I mean, when we first met, I was just a young pup in the game. But now I've got a little hair on my chin, and I feel like sometimes...
I think you were pretty shrewd when we first met.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're doing a good job. Look at you.
Look at me.
You wouldn't have got here if you weren't.
That's true. So you have been keeping tabs.
I mean, yeah, I follow you on Instagram. You pop up on my feed quite a bit. You got exciting news.
You're the best. Listen, when they told me Todd Duffee signed with KSW, I said, I'm all in. Sign me up.
No, it's super exciting, and the challenge is super big. Phil has developed himself into. He's basically the same guy. He's just developed his mind. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an exciting fight. To say the guy's the same guy, that's not true. He's 10 years developed.
Sure.
But he's still Phil.
Well,
and all I'm at.
All right. I think he will maybe say otherwise. I'm racking my brain over this Brendan Schaub thing. I really don't know what you're talking. I don't remember saying.
No, it's just why I wanted to clarify.
There's no beef here. There's no beef here. They asked.
Yeah.
They said, you want to talk to Todd before, to break the fourth wall. They said, you want to talk to Todd before? I'm like, you know what? I like to treat my interviews like a wedding ceremony. I don't like to talk to the groom or the bride. I don't know who's who in this case before we get to the altar. So here we are. And I said, if he wants to, we could talk, but I didn't feel like there was anything to talk about. Weird? Were you offended by that?
No, I wasn't offended by that. I was just more concerned about what my underlying issue there might be.
There's zero.
But clearly, there's not one.
Zero.
We cleared the air, Ariel. Look,
this is big.
How you do that?
February 25th.
Put the truth out there.
Yes, I feel like I made a bigger deal out of the announcement than you did. That's how much I like you.
No, I'm excited. February 25th, America's coming to save KSW's heavyweight division. It's very clear. Phil's been putting people to sleep over there for quite a while and not in the cage, outside the cage fans. So it's an exciting fight. I think it'll be a very aggressive, violent fight. We may find ourselves in the third, fourth, fifth rounds. We may not. It's going to be a fast-paced fight. Even then, we're both grinders. So it'll be definitely an exciting fight.
Welcome back, Todd. I'm very happy for you. Congrats on this deal. It's huge. It's great to see you back. I'm happy we don't have to talk about the fictitious Todd Duffee versus John Vellante fight anymore. That's all in the past.
It would have been a good fight,
It would have
though,
been a
no?
good fight. Yeah, it would have been a good fight. I was getting excited every time I see it pop up. It's hard to keep up with all the news, but alas, it was some kid, just messing with us.
I mean, I wanted to see the fight too. I'm sorry I couldn't bring it to you guys.
It's okay. Hey, maybe in KSW, maybe you win the belt. You call it to John. Wouldn't it be a great story? You win the belt February 25th. You call out John Volante, settle it once and for all. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Is he still fighting? Is he not still in the UFC?
I think he's a football
Is he
coach
not
now.
signed? Oh, he might be still fighting though now.
Hey, he's not fighting.
He strikes me as a guy that doesn't. Oh, you don't think he's still in the gym?
Maybe you get him back out of retirement.
Is he retired or is he just not had a fight come up?
Well, I think he was a little bigger.
2020 changed the landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Like, that guy's probably still in the gym. He's probably still training. People tell me I retired. I was training every day, twice a day. So I'm like really struggling to understand like people's perception of
That's true.
Reality, right? So I would think he's probably. I mean, the landscape's different now. Since 2020, it's definitely difficult to find fights outside these bigger promotions. So
right.
Maybe that's what it was.
All right. So do me a favor. When you win, call him out.
Oh, I think I'm going to go next in line.
Okay, fine. Company man.
Especially if you're telling me he's retired.
Corporate Todd.
No, it's not even that. If he's retired, I don't want to fight a guy that's not wanting to fight. Like,
I mean, well,
I'm not pulling somebody out of retirement.
All right.
You don't retire because you don't want to not because you want to fight. You retire because you don't want to fight anymore.
That's true. Well, maybe he thought that you were gone too, and so the dream fight was no more, and now it's
back. Is that what it was?
Todd, you're the man. Congratulations. Welcome back. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for downloading Zoom for us.
Did you understand anything Phil really said?
I did. Stop.
Was it my Zoom or?
Stop it. What are you talking about?
No, like the first two sentences I didn't get. I thought.
No,
like,
it was great. It was great.
What did he say the first two sentences?
He said he's happy that you signed. It took you a while.
It did not take me a while.
I mean, that's what he said.
I was in his DMs.
All right. Wow.
Why don't you want this fight?
Okay, well, we'll settle it on February 25th. Exactly a week from today. A month from today, I should say. Exactly, 31 days? Yeah, 31 days from today.
Yeah.
All right, Todd.
Bill will be facing his fears. It'll be nice.
So help me, Todd. Welcome back. There he is.
Zero.
The one and only Todd Duffee. So